Hello, and welcome to the channel. Vitalik Kirchin here, top firearm rights lawyer in Washington State. I don't have access to my usual recording location, but there has been a development to Washington State's assault weapon and large capacity magazine ban that is too important to delay doing a video about, so I'm going to do this video as a voiceover. The development has to do with the legality of gifting and loaning assault weapons and large capacity magazines under Washington State law. First, let's start with a little background. In 2022, the Washington State Legislature passed Senate Bill 5078, which banned manufacturing, importing, distributing, and selling any large capacity magazine. The law did not ban possession of a large capacity magazine. A large capacity magazine is any magazine that holds more than 10 rounds. The ban went into effect on July 1st, 2022. In 2023, the Washington State Legislature passed House Bill 1240, which banned manufacturing, importing, distributing, and selling any assault weapon. Again, the law did not ban possession of an assault weapon, and the provision was included for transfer upon death. The ban went into effect on April 25th, 2023. I'm not going to do a deep dive into what constitutes an assault weapon under this legislation because that is a complex question and is outside the scope of this video, but I might make a separate video about that later. The part that was most unclear about this legislation was the prohibition on distributing assault weapons and large capacity magazines. Let's take a look at the legal definition of distribute. Distribute means to give out, provide, make available, or deliver a firearm or large capacity magazine to any person in the state with or without consideration whether the distribution is in state or out of state. Distribute includes, but is not limited to, filling orders placed in the state, online or otherwise. Distribute also includes causing a firearm or large capacity magazine to be delivered in the state. So as you can see, this is a very broad definition that seems to encompass essentially any sort of physical transfer of possession from one person to another. If you were to lend or gift a large capacity magazine or assault weapon to a friend or family member, then you would be providing that item and therefore distributing it. Well, the Washington State Attorney General has issued guidance on the definition of distribute. The Attorney General has found that it is not unlawful to transfer an assault weapon or a large capacity magazine so long as the transfer is done without consideration of payment or promise of payment. In other words, it is legal to loan and gift assault weapons and large capacity magazines. Such actions do not constitute distribution under the law. The reason this is important is the Attorney General is authorized by law to provide opinions on constitutional and legal questions. While an Attorney General's interpretation of the law does not have the force of law itself as a statute or a court opinion would, it holds great weight and provides an affirmative defense in court. Because the information came from a high-ranking government official that is tasked with interpreting the law, members of the public are entitled to rely on that interpretation. This concept is referred to as entrapment by estoppel or due process defense. An important note here is that even though you may lend or gift an assault weapon or large capacity magazine, the law does still place background check requirements for such loans and gifts unless an exemption applies. The most common exemption is for transfers to immediate family members. So be careful to whom you are lending or gifting the firearm. Another important note is what constitutes payment. Payment does not have to be cash. Let's say that your friend really likes your assault weapon and you really like his motorcycle. If you trade those things, that constitutes consideration and would not constitute a lawful transfer. Or let's say that you performed plumbing services for Bill, and when it came time to pay, Bill said he had no money. Bill knows you're a firearm hobbyist and offers to give you his assault weapon in exchange for your services. This would also not constitute a lawful transfer. However, you can lend your assault weapon to an immediate family member to take shooting, or you can gift it to a child or another family member without having to die first. You could even gift it or lend it outside your family, although you would have to do a background check in that case. This is a significant development from the Attorney General that should at least allow some breathing room for Washington state gun owners. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.